In a few days, I'm taking this £1,700 Range Rover across the country. So tonight, it's service time. Oh. Okay, so things have taken a little bit of a turn for the worse. Well, welcome back. If you watched the last video, you'll know that we picked up this Range Rover for £1,700. And so far, it's been a cracking car. I'm going away in a couple of days, so we need to get this serviced because we weren't sure on the service history. And I've got a couple of other goodies for it as well. So we've got a new battery, got some new intercooler hoses, because I think we've got a split on this one, actually. When we were out for the drive on the video, a warning light came up, and I said it was the fan. So that was a known fault on it. It then pinged up a load of stuff, a load of codes around difference in pressure, I think it was, between certain sensors. And when I looked up the code, it said about the intercooler hoses. So got a set of those, replace them. Even if they're not split, it's good to know that they're done. And there's some other stuff as well that I've got. The boot's fully loaded of kit, but we'll see how we get on for time. I haven't serviced one of these before, so it's kind of going to be a learning journey, and you'll come along for that journey. For any of those that are new to the channel and have just joined us following along on the L322, we are at Mad Forward Engineering. Mick has kindly let us use one of his ramps to get the L322 on there. So that's going to be a help getting the under tray off underneath and then actually taking the oil out, draining the oil. So yeah, that should be cool. I've never serviced a car on a ramp before, so this is going to be awesome. And I've never serviced anything like this before. It's always been classic cars, so should be interesting. Right, so first the job of the day is going to be to sort out the oil. Let's tackle the, let's eat the ugly frog first, I think they call it, don't they? So the oil filter sits down in this compartment here. We're going to need a 32mm socket to undo that. So what I'm going to do is I've just pulled out the dipstick just a little bit, just to get some air in there. And we're going to crack this as well, lift it up. I'll fill when it's loose. Once it's loose, hopefully then that oil will drain down. In the meantime, we'll bring the car up in the air, get the under tray off, and then we'll look to drain the oil out. Now it's time to jack him up. Right, won't spend too much time looking under here because we're on the clock tonight, but just having a look under, really, for a 2007 car, 18 years, just over. It is mighty tidy. Just checking out the sills. All looks relatively good down here. A little bit of corrosion up there. Here we are, all looking good. So what we're doing now is we're going to take this under tray off here, and that should give us access to the drain plugs. So let's get that off. I'm missing one there, but we've got two. Three, and one up here. We just want to watch in case this is full of oil. Good show. It's just very, very, I don't know if you can see that actually, but it's just very crusty. Let's have a look. There we go. No oil on there. Maybe has been in the past, but not now. Just crusty, needs a bit of a brush off, we'll do that. Okay, so the first drain plug is just up here, so we can see that there. That one's not going to be too bad to get to, but when we take that out, it will just piss oil all over here. So I'm going to put a bit of cardboard up in here, wedge it up so when it shoots out, hits that, comes down into our drain pan. And then up here, somewhere, there, where's my torch? Let me show you. In there, you can just see that. That is the drain plug for the turbo, so we're gonna do that one as well, but again, located in a great spot that it's just gonna pour into this and then it'll come out of these two holes here. So yeah, I think that's the best we can kind of do with that. But we'll do the front one first, get the majority out, and then we'll just dribble it out there, and it shouldn't be too much in that one. Right, let's crack this. Oh no, oh no. No. Yeah. Oh my God. The cardboard just fell straight out pretty much, so. That's a lot of oil.
You know, in a situation like that, just put it back in.
Oh yeah. Which probably would have been a good idea, wouldn't it? Okay, so yeah, that's how not to do. You guys saw the top side, which might have looked pretty bad, but two more.
So do you want to just explain what's happened, Dave?
Yeah, I had a mare, so I've just cleaned up most of my arm, but yeah, don't put cardboard up there unless you've fastened it in really well, because what happened was I was really cocky, pulled the drain plug out, hit the cardboard flew off somewhere. Don't know where, it's probably in the top of there. There, don't look at that.
Well, that wasn't too much of a problem, Dave.
Not much oil comes out of that one, does it?
No, not a lot.
It's
cleaned up well.
The first one was a pain.
Yeah, this one is juicy, but
this one just drains out these couple of holes here, and the pan underneath. It's cleaned up lovely with that extra lubrication. I have a tendency to over tighten things, so Liam is just telling me now to do it tight, but not Dave tight, which is a thing we have on the channel. Let's rag it, not round the block. Just clean off a little bit of this excess up here. Don't step in the oil bucket because that would be really silly. Right, let's bring him down. Next up then, oil filter out. I'll get a tray ready for that, put it in it. You know, we won't have a big mess again. Oil filter. Bring our tray close. And then in he goes. I'm just taking the rubber O-ring off this now. Sits in that that slot there running round. So just got a pick. We'll have that away, and then we'll get the new one in there as well. There we go. I did order a Brit part set, but clearly I've got recovery from Craddock's instead of Brit part, but do the job, won't it?
I'd like to clean all of them, at least it's not covered in oil. Fucking hell.
35 Newton meters, that should be.
Oh, wow. I need your long arms on that, I can't reach.
Yeah. Not Dave type.
Yeah, that's one.
Couldn't do anymore.
No, that's coming up to Dave type. So.
If you're not familiar with the channel, we're also restoring a Series 3 Land Rover called Bob. There's been very Bob heavy lately, which I mentioned in the first L322 video. But we're seeing a bit of variety. Mindy's back on the channel. Said some nice comments.
It has. She's behaving well. Took her out the other day, started her up, fired up, and went out for a little drive.
It was nice, wasn't it, to be out?
Yeah.
The little light show at the front's brilliant. So started it up. That should get some of the oil round primed up into the filter, and then we'll dip it again now. Just check, see if the level's dropped. If it has, we can put a little bit more in. Stop rubbing your rod. It's all right. We're like hour and 15, and oil change is nearly done. There was a lot of cleanup. A lot of cleanup on the floor.
That's it, spot on.
Is it? It's a beautiful thing. Right, now I can get diesel everywhere. So cabin filter is just located up here behind this flap. So these little push things here just need to be pushed down in sequence as best as possible so that we can lift that flap up and access the filter. This is very precarious, isn't it? Like over this.
It's a nice position.
Oh. Hello.
Okay.
People new to this channel watching the L322 content will soon find that we are pretty nuts. And there we have, flap open the way we like them, and one filter. We'll take this one out, and on the old one it is quite handily marked with the airflow direction. On the new one, because it's really good quality, this is genuine Land Rover, this one obviously meets exacting quality standards that it doesn't really tell you which way the air flows, but I'm guessing it's with the writing up the right way. Oh, look at all this detritus in here. Get that out, and then we'll slot this guy in. Hopefully, maybe, someday.
Do you reckon this is just on rubber now?
There we go. In we go. Liam's just pulled out the air filter, check that out. It probably hasn't been serviced for a while. Bit grotty and horrible. Right, so we're working on the fuel filter. It's a real faff. So even though we've taken out the air box, the air filter housing, lower and upper part, it's still quite hard to get on. So we've used one of these oil filter wrenches, I guess they're called, which I had for Oscar from a long time ago. And then you have this collar on here that has to twist, and then the filter comes out. Well done, sir. I might have to put my hand on the top to get. Oh. See, I learnt to put it back in.
Well done, mate.
Yes!
I
did a thing.
We're all super proud of you.
Right, so we've got the filter back in. It's a bit of a faff. You have to line up the nodules on the top, and this filter, because it's cheap, very cheap, didn't have any sort of indication on it. However, the one that came off actually didn't either, so.
You mean genuine Land Rover?
Is that genuine Land Rover over there?
Yeah.
No. So yeah, we're trying to get this little tool back onto that thing at the top to tighten it up. It's really hard to tell if it's seated right. It does look level all the way around, because this isn't a little bugger, and we can't get this to tighten up. Liam just said, well, why don't we just undo the bolts that are here and just take it off, which seems a really sensible idea. Okay, so we got that back on. Liam took those two 10mm bolts out, and he could get his hands then around the fuel filter and get that collar tightened, because that was the thing we were struggling with. We started it up, cycled the ignition a few times, all fires up fine, so that's good. Airbox goes back in now, put the air filter in, and then I think that's service done, right?
Yep.
Obviously we've got the pipes to do and stuff like that, but the core service items is all done, thanks to Liam's help. QC's here. Right, air filter's just gone in. Filter box back on, plug the maths in. Basic service done. Well, I say basic.
Change your pipes?
I'm going to do that. Yeah, they're not done yet.
Yeah.
I think this one's split here.
Okay.
Just on there. So we found the culprit for some of the black smoke we were seeing.
It's not just minor.
Liam's currently getting that boost hose on, and it's a proper pig. You got it on?
Kind of. It won't go past the Jubilee clip. Yes.
Well done, dude.
There we go.
Right, this one's off here, so we'll just get that one in. Okay, so things have taken a little bit of a turn for the worse. So we thought we got everything sorted. The diesel filter started leaking a little bit, but we hadn't connected the little pipe or the little electrical connection on the bottom. Plugged that in, that seemed to cure that. However, when we were then checking underneath for diesel, we noticed a lot of oil coming out from underneath as well. So obviously switched it off. We've had a good look around. We can't tell where it's coming from, so we've had it back up in the air, had it running. It's not coming from the oil drain plugs, which we thought initially it would have been. We've checked the oil filter on the top. All that seems fine. It's definitely at the back of the engine, isn't it, from what you've seen? So we can see it coming down the bell housing at the back, but we can't see where it's coming from. So we're trying to get now this piece of trim off here so we can maybe get a view down the back and see what's going on. Liam has resorted to a Birmingham screwdriver because these have, in the back, there's like a little, what would you call it?
Well, it's a recess that the bolt sits in, and normally you wouldn't have to have a spanner on both sides. It would hold the bolt for you and you can just undo the nut this side. But the nut's rusted solid, so somebody's tried to undo it before, presumably, and rounded out the hole. So now we can't get anything on it to hold the...
This side just nudged out a bit, didn't it? So we could get a spanner on the back, but this one there's no chance because it's got some extra bits on here, and the nut is fully recessed in there, isn't it? The head of the bolt. Yeah. So yeah, if we can get this off, which is where the cabin filter's housed, we're hoping that'll give us a bit of a view down the back to see what's going on.
I think it's the filter.
So you may have noticed that it's a different day, and the car is now on the ground. We had a few problems. So in the last clip you would have seen, Liam was bent over here, examining the rear end of the engine, and we found that we think the issue where we were leaking oil was in fact the oil filter. Now, we believe it's been over tightened, so we're going to take it out. Actually, earlier in the video I mentioned I have a tendency to over tighten things, and yep. And you would have also heard me say that needs to be 35 Newton meters. 35 Newton meters, that should be.
And I also said...
And it doesn't need to be Dave tight. Not Dave tight.
I also said not Dave tight.
How tight did it actually go, Dave?
I think it went Dave tight.
How tall fences are in this building?
Well, considering I had to use a ratchet that long to undo it.
Yeah, so we're going to take it off, see what the damage is to the oil filter. So just a word of warning, 35 Newton meters on the oil filter. If he says that, do it. Don't just ignore it. And
You see how that is, whether it'll show on the camera,
yeah,
it's quite bent.
There's a divot in here, and then that is...
And you can see where the filter's been damaged by these, you see the papers off at an angle, so this has been folded over at some point.
So what happens, the engine oil comes up on the outside of the filter, gets pushed through the filter, and then injects out the bottom here, back into the main pressure gallery. There's no hole in that. That doesn't do anything.
So the hole that goes out into the V, what's that then?
That's been
Sealed by that. So what the hell why have it open? Why not just have it sealed?
So because what you don't want is the dirt in there. That way, the dirt will go that way, so you can physically inspect it.
Of course.
So the oil comes up on the outside of the filter, through the element, and then it returns back here under pressure into the gallery of the engine, goes around the engine, and goes to the cylinder heads, goes through all the camshafts, and then it drips under gravity from the cylinder heads, back down into the sump, apart from the turbochargers, which have got a dedicated drain back into the sump. So that is literally just a blank up. So that's why you had such a horrendous Exxon Valdez moment, because that was no longer blocking the drain hole up in the filter housing.
So there we go. By the way, Mick's back. He's not been very well, but we are very glad to have him back in the video.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just about.
Getting there slowly. So, let's put this thing back together. And when I say let's, it's Dave.
It got easier then. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you see, that's not Dave tight. Now, this is obviously a lot longer, but when you were starting to go, that's tight.
Yeah.
Like really tight.
Well, I said I've just pinched it, and then I just went back for an extra pinch.
You're one of those.
Don't do that. Use a torque wrench. Right, so filter is in. It's tightened up to 35 Newton meters this time, not Dave tight, and all seems good. So we're just letting it heat up just for a double check. Get underneath in a minute and check it out, because where we did have it, some oil had washed off from the water coming through, so we're just making doubly sure. But this video, I think, is pretty much done. So the car is serviced. We've got a bit of reassembly to do, and we're going to do a few other jobs, but that's for another video. So if you're enjoying the L322 content, do drop a comment down below. Let us know what you think. And if you would like to see more, then consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.